What if most of what hurts you was never really about you? Think about it. A harsh comment, a rude tone, someone ignoring you. It feels personal. It feels like an attack on who you are. But Stoic philosophy teaches something powerful. Most of the time, people's actions reflect their own thoughts, their own struggles, and their own perspective, not your worth. Yet many people take everything personally. They replay conversations, they overthink words, they carry emotional weight that was never theirs to carry. And over time, this drains their energy. It weakens their mindset. In this video, you'll learn how to stop taking things personally using Stoic principles. Because once you master this, you gain something rare: emotional freedom. One of the most important Stoic realizations is simple. It's not about you. When someone speaks harshly, it often reflects their mood. When someone criticizes, it often reflects their own insecurities. When someone acts cold, it often reflects their internal state. But instead of seeing this clearly, most people personalize everything. They think, why did they say that to me? What did I do wrong? Why am I being treated like this? This way of thinking creates unnecessary suffering. Stoic thinkers trained themselves to step back. They observed behavior without immediately attaching it to their identity. Not every action is a reflection of you. Many are reflections of the other person. When you understand this, something changes. You stop carrying emotional weight that doesn't belong to you. And that is the beginning of real inner peace. Most of the pain you feel does not come from the event itself. It comes from your interpretation of it. Someone says something short. You interpret it as disrespect. Someone doesn't reply. You interpret it as rejection. Someone criticizes you. You interpret it as a personal attack. But these are interpretations, not facts. Stoic philosophy teaches you to separate what happened from what you think it means. The event is neutral. Your mind adds meaning. And that meaning creates emotion. Strong minds learn to pause and question their interpretation. Is this really about me? Or am I assuming something? This small shift creates distance. And that distance protects your peace. Because when you stop adding negative meaning automatically, situations become lighter. You react less, you think more clearly, and you stop turning small moments into emotional burdens. One of the biggest reasons people take things personally is this: they give too much value to other people's opinions. Every comment feels important. Every judgment feels significant. Every criticism feels heavy. But Stoic thinkers asked a simple question: whose opinion actually matters? Not everyone's opinion deserves your attention. Some people speak without thinking. Some project their own issues. Some criticize without understanding. If you treat every opinion as important, your peace will always depend on others. Strong minds are selective. They value feedback from people who are wise, experienced, and constructive. And they ignore noise. This is not arrogance, it is clarity. Because when you stop giving weight to every voice, your mind becomes quieter. And a quiet mind is a strong mind. You cannot control what people say or do, but you can control how you respond. This is one of the most powerful Stoic principles. When someone says something negative, there is always a small moment before you react. In that moment, you have a choice. React emotionally or respond with control. Most people react instantly. They get defensive. They get angry. They try to prove themselves. But strong minds pause. They create space between the event and their reaction. And in that space, they choose calm. because reacting emotionally gives others power over your state of mind. But responding calmly keeps that power with you. Not everything deserves your reaction, and the less you react, the more control you have. To stop taking things personally, you must understand people. Human behavior is often driven by emotion, not logic. People act based on their mood, their past experiences, their insecurities, their stress. This means their actions are often inconsistent and unpredictable. Stoic thinkers accepted this. They expected people to sometimes be rude, unfair, or careless, not because they liked it, but because they understood human nature. When you expect perfection from people, you will always feel disappointed. But when you understand their imperfections, you feel less affected. This doesn't mean accepting bad behavior. It means not being surprised by it. And when you are not surprised, you are less reactive. Understanding people reduces emotional impact, and that gives you stability in situations that would normally disturb you. The more secure you are within yourself, the less you take things personally. Why? Because you are not constantly seeking validation. When your confidence depends on other people's opinions, every comment feels important. Every criticism feels like a threat. Every rejection feels like proof that something is wrong with you. But Stoic philosophy builds confidence from within. You focus on your actions, your values, your discipline, not on how others see you. When you know who you are, outside opinions lose their power. You don't need everyone to agree with you. You don't need constant approval. This inner stability acts like a shield. Words may reach you, but they don't define you. And when you stop relying on external validation, you gain something powerful: emotional independence. Many people take things personally because they want to be liked by everyone. They want approval. They want acceptance. They want to avoid conflict. But this creates pressure. You begin adjusting yourself to fit others. You overthink your words. You worry about opinions. You feel hurt when someone disapproves. Stoic thinkers rejected this mindset. They understood a simple truth. You cannot be liked by everyone, and trying to achieve that will only exhaust you. Strong minds focus on being respected, not liked. They stay true to their values, even if it means disagreement. When you let go of the need for approval, something changes. Criticism hurts less. Rejection feels lighter, and you become free to be yourself without fear. Not everything deserves to stay in your mind. But when you take things personally, you carry everything. A comment from hours ago, a look from someone, a small misunderstanding. You replay it, you analyze it, you give it importance, and slowly your mind becomes heavy. Stoic philosophy teaches a powerful discipline. Choose what you carry. Just because something happened doesn't mean it deserves your attention. Just because someone said something doesn't mean it deserves your energy. Strong minds filter. They let go of what is unnecessary. They keep only what is useful. Ask yourself, is this worth my mental energy? If the answer is no, let it go. Because peace is not about controlling everything. It is about not carrying what doesn't matter. In the end, most things are not personal. People act from their own perspective, their own emotions, their own struggles. When you understand this, you stop turning everything into a reflection of yourself. And when you stop taking things personally, you gain something rare. Freedom. Freedom from overthinking. Freedom from unnecessary pain. Freedom from emotional exhaustion. Stoic philosophy does not remove difficulty from life, but it changes how you experience it. You become calmer, more stable, more in control. So the next time something feels personal, pause, step back, and remind yourself, this is not about me.